What's up, YTBC? Thanks for checking out the video. Let me start off with saying Happy New Year to everyone up in the community and that's listening to this video. To you and your family, I hope you have a great one. Hope it was good as 2016, and if it wasn't, hope it's better. I'm going to do my end of the year pound for pound top 10 list. This is going to be my first time doing a pound for pound list, and I set some criteria that I believe is what makes a person a pound for pound fighter. Now, no one can be right or wrong when it comes to these pound for pound lists because it's all based off opinion and you can't prove it. But this is my go at it. Excuse me. So, I have a recent resume within the past 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna go ahead and give that 20% of what I feel is important. Also have the eye test, which I have at 25%. The dominance of the victory, I also have that at 20%. And if you're a unified champion or multiple weight champion, I'll value that at 25%. Now, have 10% left out of the 100, and I'm going to base that off of potential. I try to follow my criteria the best that I can. So let's go ahead and get started. This is my end of the year 2016 top 10 pound for pound list. Coming in at number 10. This is a shocker to myself, but based off my criteria, I do have Danny Swift Garcia at number 10. He's 33-0 with 19 KOs. He's a two-weight champion. Champ at 140, champ at 147. Despite how he did get the belt at 147, he still is currently the WBC champ at 147. Out of all the champs at 147, he does have the best resume of them all, even though majority of those fights came at either a catchweight or a lower weight at 140. So we have Danny Swift or the Gift Garcia at number 10. At number 9, we have the Jackal, Carl Frampton, 23-0, 14 KOs. He's the former unified champ at 122, and he is currently champ at 126. So he's a two-weight division champ. He's coming off a very it could be controversial victory over Leo Santa Cruz, who I viewed as the best at 126, and that's not regarding Vasily Lomachenko in that mix. Outside of Vasily Lomachenko, I do believe Leo Santa Cruz is the best at 126, but Carl Frampton was able to outpoint Leo Santa Cruz and gain the victory, and he also beat Scott Quigg as well, who was another undefeated fighter, also belt or title holder, which he defeated as well. Based off of that, he fits the criteria. He does have potential to grow. If he gets to beat Leo Santa Cruz for the second time, that will silence the critics and the doubters of his first victory against him, which should solidify his ranking at number 9. I like to watch him fight. He's a fun fighter to watch. Looking forward to that rematch as well. And he did it on the road, so got to give him credit for that as well. At number 8, we have Saul Canelo Alvarez at 48-1, 34 KOs. I can't stand this guy, to be honest with you, and it's mainly because of the duckage he's been displaying lately. But he does have a pretty impressive resume. He is a two-weight champ at 154 and 155. Canelo is still young. He is getting better with every fight. Now, what I dislike about Canelo, I do feel he's a weight bully and things of that. But at the same time, he is a decent fighter, and I'll give credit to him because he fits the criteria of everything that I mentioned for my pound for pound list. Now, hopefully, he'll step up these next, well, this 2017. He's going to fight, allegedly supposed to be fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I think that is an entertaining fight. Canelo should win based off skills, but you never know. We haven't seen Canelo fight anybody that's bigger than him, so I think it's an intriguing matchup versus Chavez Jr., and it's a good setup for September if he's going to face Gennady Golovkin. So we have Canelo Alvarez at number 8. At number 7, 25-0 with 19 KOs. This might be a surprise to some of you guys. I'm kind of high on him after his last victory that I just saw. He's a fellow graduate from A-Leaf Hastings High School. That's where I graduated from, if you haven't noticed. I have Big Charlo, a.k.a. the Hitman Jamal Charlo. I do believe he's the best at 154. His resume is getting better. It's pretty solid as of right now. And I do believe he'll be a problem at 160 once he moves up. I think he'll beat anybody at 54 right now, and that's including Canelo Alvarez, and that's the reason why I have him at number 7 ahead of Canelo. The guy is, I consider him a weight bully as well. He's the same size as Kovalev, but he actually has a longer reach, but they're the same height. And that's why I feel he'll do well at 160. Again, I don't think he has enough for Triple G. Maybe Triple G gets older, or Charlo gets some more fights on him, and maybe that might be a good fight maybe 2 years from now for him. Again, so I have Jamar Charlo at number 7. Again, he is champ at 154 as well. And I don't see anyone really jumping to fight him other than Andrade. But other than that, I think he has the goods based off his last couple of victories. So at number 6, not a fan of the guy, but he's 30-0 with 21 knockouts. That's Terrence Bud Crawford. He does show the willingness to win when he is getting tagged against the fighters he's faced. His resume is not as strong as these other fighters, but he does have some dominant victories. He is a unified champ at 140. He is a multiple weight champ as well, 135 and 140. He went on the road and beat Ricky Burns in the UK and got that title off of him, which was, I give credit for that when you're able to go on the road. But he needs to step up his level of competition. Postal was a good start, even though in that fight he wasn't as fan-friendly as he normally is. So I'm not really sure about where Terrence Bud Crawford is at the moment, but I think Pacquiao would be a good test for him. So I'd take Pacquiao to beat him, but it's a good test. There's no shame if you lose to Pacquiao either. You get the recognition, you stepped up to fight him, and more fans will get to know you, because as of right now, not too many fans are aware of Terrence Bud Crawford other than in Nebraska and diehard boxing fans. At number 5, now, some of you haters are going to bitch about this, and this is my pound for pound ranking, by the way, once again. But I have him 31-0, 26 knockouts. He's the rifle and the true champ of 175. And that's Sergey Crusher Kovalev. He's the WBA, WBO, and IBF unified champion. He destroyed Ward in his fight. He destroyed Bernard Hopkins, and he destroyed Pascal twice. In Canada, he's a road warrior. Based off the eye test, Sergey Kovalev has the goods. I wish he would have did a little more against Ward, so they couldn't have that controversial, not in my opinion, but for others, victory for Ward. As of right now, he sits at number 5. I don't see no one at 175 or anyone from 168 moving up to beat him. I think he would be able to do okay because he has some boxing skills if he was to move up to cruiserweight. I'm not sure if he'll be dominant or not, but he'll be able to hold his own if he was to do so, based off boxing talent. So we have Sergey Kovalev, the Crusher, at number 5. At number 4, one of my favorite fighters to watch. That's Vasyl Lomachenko, 7-1, 5 KOs. The one loss that was against Orlando Salido. There's a lot of things that played into that. Salido didn't make weight, came in, I think 3-4 pounds overweight, and then rehydrated, I think 20 pounds or so, and then you had a retarded ass referee that allowed Salido to dick punch Vasyl Lomachenko more than 10 times in that fight, and then Salido almost still got knocked out at the end of the fight. Things were called fair. Clearly, Vasyl Lomachenko would be undefeated. He actually didn't have to take that fight once Salido missed the weight, but he's a soldier. He's willing to fight anybody, and that's what I like about fighters like him. Not only that he passed the eye test, he also is the best at 126 and 130. The fashion of victory he had against his last 2 opponents, Rocky Martinez and then Nicholas Walters, was dominance. I don't think there were any fights this year, high-level fighters or top pound-for-pound fighters that have more dominant victories than Vasyl Lomachenko this year. The sky's the limit for him. I can only see him getting better. Hopefully, Salido mans up and take that rematch. If not, Vargas maybe, and he'll become unified champ at 130. Eventually, I do see him moving up to 135. Probably around 2018, the start of 2018, if not late 2017. I'd rather see him take over 130 for a while and then do that. So number 4, we have Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko. At number 3, 36-0, 33 KOs. Triple G Gennady Golovkin. He's the rock star of boxing right now. I believe Triple G is probably the biggest star in boxing worldwide. He's the best at 160. It's debatable that he would probably be the best at 168 if he was to move up and fight there. He currently holds 3 belts. He's one of the most avoided fighters in boxing right now. He's extremely dominant in all his fights. 33 knockouts. I think 24 KOs in a row as of right now. He's a road warrior. He's selling out arenas. He's a humble guy. He's doing everything the right way. I don't understand why all the hate for Triple G. But hopefully, he's going to fight Danny Jacobs. He's going to get that victory, knock him out in spectacular fashion. Then maybe get a Billy Joe Saunders to become undisputed, and then get Canelo in September. That will be the perfect game plan for Triple G. And after that, if he wants to defend his title, maybe his undisputed title once or twice, then go ahead and move up to 168 and fight Gilberto Ramirez or James DeGale. Those will be big money fights by then. And Triple G would have conquered boxing by then as well. So we have Triple G Gennady Golovkin at number 3. At number 2, 46-0, 38 knockouts. You Flomos are getting kind of scared of Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. He's a 4-weight champ. He's beat the best at 115 on his first fight at that weight. He's dominated his previous divisions. He's a true joy to watch. And I enjoy watching Chocolatito. There's a lot of hate. I know why the hate comes, because he's getting close to that 49-0. But if you watch his fights and you see what he's doing, it's pretty amazing. The dude started, I believe, at 105, and now he's dominating at 115. I see him moving up to 118, maybe in 2018 after he fights Nui. He'll probably Quadras again. Hopefully those fights take place. But that's my number 2 fighter on my pound-for-pound list, and that's Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. And if you're wondering why you still haven't seen or heard the names Rigo or Ward mentioned yet, I'm sorry, guys. But Ward just got his ass kicked, and Rigo hasn't done shit since beating Nonito Donaire. So I can't put them on my list. Based off the criteria, they don't meet it. And You can say what you want to say. Ward is the champ. In my eyes, he got his ass whooping. It was a complete clear robbery in 80% of the public feel so. And that's just, it is what it is. Now, coming in at number 1, this really should be a no-brainer for you boxing fans here. This fighter has checked every box of my criteria. It's a shame that he's always overlooked. But I have Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, 59-5 with 38 knockouts. He's an 8-weight champ. He has the best resume of all current fighters. It's not even close. He easily defeated Timothy Bradley, which was a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter at the time. Also defeated the bigger and stronger Jesse Vargas, who was currently the 147 WBO champion. And he was coming off his best performance against Saddam Ali. He defeated him with ease, practically won every single round. And Manny Pacquiao is a true definition of a pound-for-pound fighter. He's a living legend. He's beat the best names. He's fought the best names. There's nothing more you can ask about the guy, and he's still going at it. There's mention of maybe facing Terrence Crawford in the future. If so, that would be a great fight. He doesn't have to, but, you know, me being a boxing fan, I would like to see that fight. I still think Manny Pacquiao has it, so if Crawford was to win, he gets full credit. If not, which I think Pacquiao would win, you know, that just solidifies his dominance. And hopefully if Mayweather isn't too chicken shit, he'll give that rematch against a healthy, fully capable right shoulder Manny Pacquiao, which I still and do believe Manny Pacquiao would beat him. Thanks for checking out my pound for pound list. Go ahead, like the video, share it, comment on it. If you disagree, please explain why, who you would take off, who you would put in. And oh yeah, make sure you check me out on Twitter. I'm more often on Twitter nowadays than making YouTube videos. My Twitter feed is Black James Bond 84. No. It's Sweet Science 84 if you want to at me on Twitter. So once again, thanks again. Happy New Year's. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.